Hello, my name is Paula Conrad. I'm a real estate broker in Waterloo region, and welcome to my February market update. Okay, so let's get to it. How many months of inventory did we have for February? So we had for single detached homes only 1 month of inventory, and that's 1 month down from January. In my previous market update, I explained what months of inventory mean, and if you didn't get a chance to go through it, I'll put the definition in the description below just so you have an idea what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's for single detached homes, definitely seller's market. For semi-detached homes, we had again also 1 month of inventory, but no change from the previous month. For townhouses, including condominiums, we had 1 month as well, also 1 month down from January. So for condominium apartments, 4 months, again also 1 month down from January, but for condominium apartments it's buyer's market because we have 4 months of inventory. What does this mean? It means that we are seeing a busier market, more buyers are buying, so our listings are being sold faster and more of them. So for active listings for single detached homes, we had for February 376 active listings, 34 more than back in January. For semi-detached homes, 29, 7 more than January, 111 for townhouses, surprising 20 less than in January. For condominium apartments, 199. 13 more versus January. And putting aside townhouses statistic, this is actually a predictable trend for February. We should see more and more active listings as we move closer to spring market. And for a number of homes sold in February, for single detached homes, we saw 255, up 80 versus January. For semi-detached homes, 28, up 11 versus January. For townhouses, including condominium, 100, up 39 versus January. And for condominium apartments, 55, up 13 versus January. Again, a very predictable trend here. Always December and January are a bit slower. February is starting to pick up, as we can see. More homes are selling. Average home sold for single detached homes for $879 and $577. That's actually down 1% versus January, and January was 7% up from December. I actually did not expect to see a downturn. I was expecting things to go up, but as you will see further, for some reason just single detached homes have this little downturn. Semi-detached went up 2.5% versus January, making it $667 and $250 for an average sale. January was up 5.2 from December, but again, December a very slow month, and adding all the changes to interest rates, it was extremely slow. So, but we do see the trend of prices going up. For townhouses, $644 and $19 on average. That is an increase of 2.9% versus January. January was up 2% from December, and this is more on trend of what we should see going closer to spring markets. So higher increase than we noticed in January versus December. Now for condominium apartments, average price was $461. Average sale price was $461 and $322, 5% up from January. January was 3.8% up from December. Again, despite the first statistic we looked at for single detached homes, everything else kind of falls into the trend we should be seeing now, which is, you know, prices going up, more listings, and basically ramping up to our spring market. Okay, the average home sold in 16 days for single detached, that is 8 days less than in January. Again, that is a predictable statistic going into spring market. We should see homes selling faster. So for semi-detached homes, 18 days, again less 3 days versus January. For townhouses, 22 days. That is actually on average 2 days more than it sold in January. For condominium apartments, 33 days. That is 6 days less than in January. For average sale to list ratio in February, for single detached homes, it was 100.2%, so 1.3% increase versus January. We are seeing properties selling more at list price than we saw it before. Townhouses, 100% sale to list ratio, that is up 1.3% versus January. For condominium apartments, 98.2%, that is up 0.3% versus January. Now, for interest rate update, prime rate is still 6.7%, variable rate 5.7%, CMHC 5-year fixed rate as low as 4.79%, with 20% down, 4.79% with 25-year amortization. Of course, all of this on credit approval. We will have another update from Bank of Canada on March 8th, so this Wednesday. General opinion is that we will not see another increase at this point, but we shall see what happens on Wednesday. The prediction is that before the end of the year we will see another hike of 25 points. Some people predict it's going to happen during summer months, but we will see exactly what happens. We will see what happens this Wednesday, and I'll make sure to update you on my social media accounts. Okay. Market trends, as we saw, they're still a little hard to deduct a real pattern, and that again is because it's statistic for the beginning of the year. You know, December, January, February, those are usually slower months, but we do see buyers coming back to the market. It is ramping up to be a little bit more dynamic than we thought it might be. I think March market update will be a little bit more accurate, because right now, as we saw, some numbers are not really in trend. Like we saw some statistic on prices for single detached homes that actually showed decrease. We should be seeing increase in pricing, so we will see what happens. I make sure I will update you, so please stick with me. You can always subscribe to my YouTube channel to get your updated information, or you can just talk to me directly. I would be more than happy to. And that brings me to another point. How does all of this impact you? Again, the whole market update is for the entire region of Waterloo, encompassing all the cities, but there are slight differences between different cities, but also different neighborhoods. So I would recommend just picking up the phone and calling me to find out details for your particular situation, or you can just email me or text me, whatever works best. I would be more than happy to discuss your individual situation with you. Okay. And one more thing, this data that I used in this market update was sourced from ITSO, that's Information Technology Systems Ontario that provides all the data for our board and our matrix system. And all the opinions, as always, here are my own, so please don't blame anybody else. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I'm here to help if you ever have any questions. Okay, thank you so much and have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.